In this video, you're going to see a lot of my frustrations in trying to work with my stepfather and his friend and doing some work around the farm. Now, we've paid this friend as well just to help out, but I don't know, things that are common sense to me coming from the West, and even common sense to my wife, and as it's not common sense within the village, I'm just going to say. And so you'll see in this video, yes, some relaxing things that I'm doing, but also you're going to see a lot of my frustrations, and fucking disaster did hit. This is costing me, I reckon, in incompetence alone, it's cost me about 10,000 baht, just in mistakes made by step mother-in-law, father-in-law and their friends. But let's get into it. So these are just some little granny flat designs we're looking at here. I'm just getting Anne to tell me the actual price of them. But they look like nice little huts to have in the farm though. Not bad sizes. We don't need anything fancy right now, so something small like this could be good. Let's get a feel off Anne. That's why Anne came here, not to buy them. She tells me later. We turn up here and it's just to look at the design, because apparently they're renting these out to people that just want to live in them. These little granny flats here. They actually got numbers on each one of them. And but yeah, it'd be interesting to find out who builds them and how much they cost. So he's renting these ones out for like 400 baht a night or 3,000 baht a month. And so if you're a single person, yeah, these little huts are okay, but they're a bit out of town. So you'd have to have a motorbike or something. But if you're just looking at getting out of town and cheap living, I suppose it's okay. But yeah, there's a general store across the road by the looks of it, from this place over there. Just a general store across the highway. Apart from that, not much else here. Looks like some sort of, don't know what that is across the road, but yeah, that's going towards Ubon Ratchathani up there. Okay, wrong information, and was just finding out that they're about 200,000 baht to build one of these sorts of things, as we're just standing here. So yeah, he's built a bunch of these huts for 200,000 baht each, and then he rents them out for 3,000 baht a month. I suppose not a little bad business, but they're all empty at the moment by the looks of it. But when you're looking at these sort of places as just overnights, when you're on a bit of a road trip like in Thailand, places like this can be pretty good, because they're just a quick stop, cheap stop. You just book them in, pay your 400 baht, and you go on the next day if you're on one of those little road trips alone. This is what these look like inside. Oh yeah, fairly basic. Yeah. Yeah. Fairly basic, but it's only for one person though. So it's only got a single bed size with a small fridge. But the way he's designed this is ready for people to move in basically and just stay here. And you've just got this outdoor sort of kitcheny area where you could have a little cooktop as well with a power point there. Wet bathroom, of course, with the shower and toilet there, which is normal. But yeah, this is all we needed, was a little hut like this. Yeah, it's very good. Would have been perfect for you. Where we put the other one. Would have been perfect where we put the other one. The thing about renting places like this though, when you're in these rural areas, is you're going to get a rock bed. So they're going to be pretty hard. So if you're on a road trip travelling and you're renting one of those for a night for about 400 baht, they're not hotels, they're just little huts. And but if you want to stay here for a month, you usually got to give a month or two deposit as well. But yeah, you'd probably want to bring some extra cushioning. I think next time we come, even in the other little granny flat we've rented, we're going to be bringing one of those sort of blow-up mattresses with us, because yeah, I don't like sleeping on those rock beds. Well, that's interesting. 200,000 baht each for little granny flats like that. We're trying to get a feel for the price of the average granny flat, because we do want to build one on the land later in the year. Just back in Ubon. Decided to go for some Thai barbecue. Unsure whether it's a buffet yet. Let's check it out. So this is the place. So yes, this one's a buffet, is it? Oh, okay, this one's a Thai buffet that we're at here. How much is it?
189 you and me, but the kids half.
189 for adults and half that price for children to be here at the Thai buffet. So this was a general selection of some of the things that you could put on your barbecue here. And yes, there was also Thai desserts and some other things that you could select as well, and some salad dishes, some ice cream, as well as other things that you could mix in, meats and vegetables here. And that was all part of that Thai barbecue included, as well as your soft drinks. So there's your soft drink sort of selection there as well. And I just wanted to go over it a bit slowly here. So this is pretty much what you're getting for 189 baht. And it was half price for the kids as well, which was pretty good. So the price itself actually includes all the drinks, like soft drinks like this. But the beers were extra. Like I got 3 beers of this type for, and I didn't realise the flavour before I bought it, for 200 baht for 3. Sort of like a rosé almost sort of beer, I don't know. But it's okay, I guess. And you can also go to the receipt and order extra ones that aren't actually up there in the bulk. I'm just going to say, I don't know where Anne's taken me today here in Ubon. It's bloody huge, this place, whatever it is, but she reckons it was designed for Indians, as sort of, or Indian lifestyle, you know, like vegetarian lifestyle or something, and all sorts of shops here and stuff like that. But let's check the place out anyway. I don't know what it is. It's just a little bit out of Ubon town centre. Looks like a few different shops in here. Let's go for a walk.
If you want to buy the sheep.
You got bikes. Yeah, you got your cooking stuff if you wanted something for the house. Down on the... Yeah. Did you want to buy any of these to take back? 185 baht. Oh. 165 baht for the big one here. Good for cooking these things out in the farm. 165 baht. So things are quite cheap here actually. Yeah, it's not too far out of Ubon town centre actually. Maybe 15-20 minutes drive. Still interesting. Bicycles. I hate driving these ones with the small tyres. Okay, so there's a lot of things here. A lot of people come out here shopping, so it must be reasonably cheap. Big warehouse though. It's huge. The warehouse here. Don't know what this is here. Just a random boat in the middle of nowhere. Look at those weird things there. Animals. What are they? Let's have a look. This is a weird dinner decoration. Look at this. Humans with humanoid looking things. That's funny. And this is in Ubon Ratchathani. I was confused what this boat was about, but now I understand. It's a big display thing just for artwork as well. So when we're coming in here, it's just full of artwork in there. In the boat itself. Okay. Oh, that one's a beautiful piece of artwork. Be a nice one to have on the wall. Anyway, I don't want to lose Anne. There she's walking over there. Yeah, so there's various snacks around here. I don't know what's in the main area, which we're going to walk over to in a minute. But here it's a lot of drinks, snacks, and one sort of noodle place here as well, which we might try. All the food here is vegan and vegetarian. I don't know what they do with this rice, but it's super nice. Got myself some noodles too here, and got my Americano som that I enjoy. So yes, I'm just going to enjoy. And this is all vegan. Okay. Looks like a bit of a family setup here. People just come to relax in this village. So you got the snack place and street food across the road. Then you got this big sort of water park here in Ubon Ratchathani. So this is a nice setup. Look at this. Very surprising to see this sort of setup here. And it's free. The local villagers just walk in here, just swim and enjoy themselves. I don't know whether that's some form of water slide that the kids come down, but there is swimming pools there where they can just swim in, get wet, and have a bloody good time. But look at this place. Little paradise in the middle of Ubon Ratchathani. Apparently set up by a monk. Looks still like work in progress, that there's still building sections, but it looks quite nice. Anne saw this on TikTok. So if you're in Ubon Ratchathani and you have young kids, maybe a good place to take them, I think. Just look at that, it's cool. Yeah, it is a water slide, so kids coming down it. So I'm not sure what else is here. I think maybe they do Buddhist teachings here or something. Is it Buddhist teachings? Yeah, Buddhist teachings in there at this water park, because it is a village. Ah, the Buddha, they're up the top there. Monks, I mean. Yeah. So there is monks there. Don't know what they're building here, but that's a bloody big boat they're trying to build on concrete. Don't know whether they're going to float it or what they're going to do with it. There seems to be a lot of construction going on here too. And ideas they had, but for whatever reason, hasn't been completed or got damaged. So I'm not sure what's here. That's all closed off by the looks of it. It's got doors. Yeah. It's a construction zone. Interesting. This is all owned by the monks, what they've done here. Look at the designs of these houses. Bloody awesome, the boats. There's a story behind them, but yeah, that a teacher was just giving us. He gave us some pumpkins as well. Now I'm going to find our nieces. That's where we left them off. That was an interesting experience. I'll tell you about in a minute what we just experienced. It's one of those sort of rare encounters that you don't get to have much often. So we just had a really beautiful experience just then. We're just walking around and we come across a very famous Thai artist who's got into more Buddhist, Hindu philosophy, spiritual life, and he's turned to a very clean vegetarian way of living, and he teaches a lot of things as well. And I'll put his YouTube link in the description of this particular video. But he was an amazing guy, speaks English and Thai, and we were just having a good chat with him, and he was teaching us about clean living, about how it helps the body and how you can get most of your medicine from nature and all those sorts of things. And he was telling us about this particular diet, and I'll have to get the name off Anne too and put it in the description. But this particular diet that's in India, it's a style of eating apparently, vegetarian eating, which has all those vitamins, all those minerals, everything that you could possibly need to actually live and keep your body healthy. And for a guy that was in his 80s, God, he had a lot of energy about him, but just a really beautiful person to talk to and a very rewarding person. And Anne was learning so much. I could tell she was totally absorbed in the conversations with him. And then when he spoke to me in English, he was quite calm and explaining things to me. And yeah, it was just welcoming. We stumbled across him and he just invited us into his house to have a chat. And just one of those freak occurrences that you just don't seek out. And Anne got shocked when she saw him. She's going, oh, he's a famous artist. He's well known around Thailand. And I just said, oh, okay. But it wasn't so much about the fact that he was a famous artist. It was about the fact that he was a very spiritual, caring sort of man, trying to live that pure life and trying to teach it as well. But anyway, let's keep going. We've got to find our nieces now. Just work in progress at the moment. Just putting the windows in the frames. At the end of the day, it's not a bad little hut, I guess, for out here. Especially when we put some concrete under, put some concrete here. It's not going to be too bad. They have to stay here for another week, just so we can get these things done. Bloody stinking hot out here today. We've had some 38-degree days. At least there's a little bit of a cool breeze out here at the moment. But it does get very dry and hot out here in Isaan. So just been for my early morning walk around the farms. And yeah, just a bit of an update here. We're at slow progress. We've had to extend it for a third week here. And because when, I'm just going to say, when a Thai person says they're a builder, inverted commas, I'm just going to say, because here's an example. We're building the metal frame around the little hut we're building, and we've got a couple of windows, right? What'd they do? Put the window in upside down and reverse. So the lock was on the outside. And then they're going, oh, it's fine, just leave it, it'll be okay. And then it's going, no, pull it out, redo it. And so that cost us a whole other day in labour, just like removing the window. Even though earlier in the morning, mind you, Anne went there and actually held up the window to the area where she wanted it and said, put it in this way. It's kind of like, it didn't sink in. And so her stepdad and his builder mate just put it in completely the wrong way. Ham was so pissed because that's a whole day. And we're realising that we can't just leave here and let the project be finished. We've got to actually be on the farm, making sure they're doing it every day and making sure they're doing it right, or we're just going to come back to chaos. But this is what we've done so far. So yeah, we've put the window frames on here to show you guys. So yeah, we've just put more of a metal frame around the outside, so the whole thing's a metal frame. I didn't want to do wood because it's just infested with termites in this area, so I didn't want to do anything with wood. So we've just built a bit of a metal frame and put the windows on it, and we're going to, on the other side, we're just doing a frame again, and we're going to put a door on the front. But yeah, that's what we're up to. Don't know how long it'll take though to do, but we'll wait and see. So Anne wants to try out these river restaurants today. Here in Ubon, on one of the main rivers. So we're just walking out on here. Floating restaurants. They're as dodgy as hell, but you know what? Maybe the food's okay. So we're going to give it a go. Looks like they're building retaining walls along the riverbeds here. As this area does flood during wet season. Dodgy electricals out here too with all the fans. Ah, they got little fishies. Don't know where Anne's taking me. Oh, here you go, tables, son. See? Oh, table's more comfortable. Yeah. Let's take a bit of a walk up the end here. I prefer tables because I'm just uncomfortable sitting down these ground ones. Joanne's going, they're comfortable on the ground. I'm just going, yeah, for Thai people. I'm just not used to sitting on the floor. I haven't done that since primary school. But see what they're doing over here. They're dumping rocks all along the side there, I'm guessing to make the side of the road more stable during flood season, which is pretty good. They're jumping up. They're live. So a bit of, looks like crispy pork of some sort, but it's sour taste. Then we've got our snakehead fish. This is always good on the dam. Some sort of salad. Papaya. And then the live prawns. These ones that are completely fresh and still moving. Tom yum. That looks hot. Spicy, a lot of chilies. So yes, in these huts here, there's a lot of people coming here actually. It's quite popular with the locals. But the other thing is, whilst the parents are eating, they just let the kids swim in the shallows here. Like that's Anne's two nieces just having a bit of a swim there in the water. But yeah, you got these sort of street restaurants all along here. And the electrical work's so dodgy. You see the wires sort of going up there so they can connect power points here, just floating over these floating restaurants that are literally floating on old drums that they've sealed tight, air drums. But they're working. And I've eaten on ones like this before. And but there you go, at least the kids have fun while we're eating. I don't know. My stepfather and his friends' incompetence just never seems to surprise me. I'm so fucking angry. I'm going to show you guys why I'm so fucking pissed off right now. See, when you put up a water tank, you'd want to build a nice little frame underneath, you know, like lay some concrete or something like that. What these fucking idiots did, I'm sorry for swearing, but I'm ropeable because that's like 9,000 baht down the drain because of what they did. Or maybe not 9,000, maybe about 6,000 or so, but they laid a couple of bricks underneath the ground. How do they, and this ground's soft, it's not hard, this is soft ground. And they didn't put a concrete foundation underneath. And then the stuff that they recommended we order, look how weak this is, this concrete. And then they put two of them, and then they put the tank on top. Or was it, yeah, two or three of them. I don't know. And then the tank, whilst we're away, we noticed it was just sliding a little bit. And we're going, fuck, they've... and we only just noticed it this morning, that they hadn't put a good foundation underneath. And we noticed it starting to fall, and we're going, okay, you've got to move that straight away. And as we were driving away to Smalling. And then we just come back and the tank's fallen over. All this concrete's busted. And I'm fucking pissed. I really am. Now we've got to go to the hardware store and order another water tank. And this time I'm going to tell them to lay a proper concrete foundation to put the tank on. And I don't know how they thought putting 1,000 litres of water, balancing it on top of something thin concrete like that, is going to actually be sustainable. I don't know, when you trust them, they just make mistake after mistake after mistake. Fucking hell. Now I'm just throwing money down a drain just because of these. I don't know. I just have no words right now. Like, we spend a week here thinking, okay, we'll get everything done in a week. No. It just kept, because mistakes just kept on happening. We thought, okay, we've got to stay here for the second week to actually coordinate everything. And then this is the beginning of the third week, and already that's fucked. I'm sorry. That's no words. To be honest, I'm so glad we started with a small project, like just building a little hut, a water tank and things like that, rather than going for the big project straight away. Because now we've realised that it's virtually impossible to trust anyone in the village to basically do a decent job. That's the way I'm feeling anyway. Maybe there is people with a lot of skill here and a lot of knowledge here, but I'm just really frustrated. And I know they have their ways of doing things and it's not exactly to Western standards, but some of it's just common sense. Some of the things that we would do, like even on an Australian farm or even just in a backyard project, I'm just going to say. And when I've seen what's been done here and the mistakes they've made, they're so simple mistakes. Like even a person that hasn't got a building qualification could have noticed the mistakes that they were making. And maybe I just put too much trust in their actual skills and knowledge, with them going, oh, it'll be okay. No, we know what we're doing, all that sort of stuff. Now I'm just learning that. And it's a big lesson, really. It's a really good lesson, even before we go to the bigger project out here on the farm. At least when we did our project in Chiang Mai, we actually used a proper building company. And yes, they were still making the odd mistakes, but we were going on site and we were actually checking them, getting things fixed straight away. But here, you've got to literally be out there sometimes, just on their back, getting things done in these farming projects. And because the quality of building or builders could vary, or tradesmen even, could vary quite dramatically out here in the rural areas of Thailand. So if you're an expat coming out here planning on starting a farm project with your Thai wife and things like that, just be really careful when you're using people to do jobs around your house. Even if they're just simple projects like putting a water tank, which we thought would be a simple project. Put it on a cement slab, put it up on stand if you have to, and then bang, done. But no, even a simple project that can stuff up. Even a simple project like, let's put a window in the right way, not back to front and upside down. No, even things like that can happen. I remember I was driving back with Anne today from where we were getting some lunch, and I said to her, you know, I'm scared what I'm going to see when I get there today. And I go, they're going to have fucked up something by the time I get to this house. And it's going, yeah, she goes, I'm not surprised either anymore with what we may or may not find by the time we turn up. And when we got there, water tank all smashed. And so we're not going to replace the water tank now. We're just going to, not yet anyway, next time we come, we're going to make sure we do it properly, but we're at least going to lay the concrete foundations for the water tank this time around. And then next time when we come back, we're going to rebuild the water tank and put a proper one in, and maybe buy the same quality that we bought back in Chiang Mai this time. But anyway, if you like these sort of videos, hit like and please subscribe. And if you've got your own nightmare experiences of building in Isaan or even building in rural Thailand, then let us know, because I don't know, I've got to learn to have, I have got a lot of patience being a counsellor and all, but really this is pushing my patience when I'm seeing here, and it's costing me money at the same time. But yeah, tell me your stories if you guys have had any stories with local builders or nightmare experiences in Thailand. Even share them. I might even put videos up on people's stories if you email me a few of them, and I'll put my email in the description so you can flick us an email. But if you want to tell us your story, and I can tell it anonymously if you like, about Isaan farming nightmares or projects or building projects in Thailand. But anyway, yes, I'm going to go inside into the heat now and just relax for a while. Have a beautiful day, guys.